Welcome to the Double R Show, the podcast that features everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, directed and produced by Paul Robertson and hosted by the voice of Lincoln City, Roger Robertson.
Our first guest is a PhD. She is a doctor. She is the new superintendent of the Lincoln County School District, Miley Stolen. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I do have one correction. I am an educational doctor, not a PhD. So
I realize that.
Just want to make sure that everyone knows. Yeah. Yeah.
But it is something you've strived for a number of years, right?
Yeah. So I started working on my doctorate, actually, even before I moved into the doctoral program. In Oregon, you have to get a continuing license if you want to work in a district office or become a superintendent. And so I was able to roll those credits in. And when COVID happened, you know, we all find stuff to do. And so that was one of the things that I was able to spend some time working on the different coursework and things while I didn't have other stuff to do after school.
You had a very supportive family helping you achieve that goal, though, correct?
Yes, very, very supportive. Jake Tolan, he's a teacher in the district, but he's amazing. The kids would laugh when I would be working on papers. I remember one day making a comment to Clara that I didn't care. I just needed to get the paper turned in. I needed to have a C. I needed to get it done. And Clara is my daughter, or our daughter, who's going to be a junior at Arizona State. She was in high school, obviously, at the time. And she turned around and she said, "I thought you cared more about your work than that." I was like, oh, because we always tell the kids that, like, take pride in what you do, and everything you do, you need to take pride in it. And so she threw that one right back at me on her way up the stairs.
That did smack.
Yep, it did. Yeah.
Okay. Right now, nothing going on in the school buildings, right?
No, it's great. There's nothing happening. We're not hiring anyone. There's no construction going on across the district. It's
just quiet.
Just quiet. Yeah, it's a great time to be in Lincoln County.
How quiet is it?
Actually, it's super, super busy.
I know so.
When we are in kind of the off season for students, getting ready for them is a really busy time, especially for our facilities department. Transportation is training drivers as fast as they possibly can. We've always, not always, but we really have a bus driver shortage. It has definitely impacted North County. And so Kim Bolden and Darlene Van Riper are out training, hiring, recruiting to get our transportation staff up. Same thing happens with food service, getting our food service program staffed. So it's changed now to nutritional services program. So there's a gardening program that goes on all summer long that they're having to work on with an expansion to North County up at Ocean Lake Elementary. So it really is a busy, busy time to get buildings ready to go for kids.
A lot of work within the buildings as well.
Yes, there is a lot of work that's happening within the buildings. As a district, we're really focused on getting the entryways to our buildings to be a safer place. So if you go to TAF 712, you can notice that there was mid-year construction. It's also happened at our other schools, but with the vestibules that were installed. So those are some of the projects that are happening that require more than just a small, addition of doors, but they also have to reconfigure offices, reconfigure all the wiring and things when they do those programs. Also looking at remodel up at TAF 712, where we've been moving the early learning centers out of the high schools so that they are in elementaries and make for a stronger transition for our students and for their families. So that's moving to Ocean Lake Elementary, which is freeing up some much needed space up at TAF 712 for some classroom remodels up there as well. And then you might have noticed the parking lot work that's happening at TAF 712. That's been a long project that we have been working on to just make that a safer area and safer access into the facility itself.
Ongoing all of the time.
Rich Baloney and his staff are absolutely amazing. The grounds crew is amazing. We have a lot of land to cover in Lincoln County, and they do a fantastic job.
Are there specific needs that you'd like to see addressed in facilities?
Oh, I think always doing what we can to keep up with safety needs, keeping our classrooms 21st century, moving on beyond. I mean, we can't even be thinking about what a classroom needs to be today. We need to be looking at what classrooms need to be tomorrow. And so the more we can learn from other facilities, the more we can go in and hear from our teachers on what they would like to see, from our students on what they would like to see for their classrooms and spaces. I think is great hearing from professionals that work in the industry on looking at our facilities, especially in our career and technical programs, and seeing what they need so that our students are workforce ready when they graduate from high school is really important and an ongoing project that we'll be wanting community input from in the future.
A couple of minutes ago, you were talking about all of the work going on right now to make certain you got the bus drivers, got the cooks, you got the clerical staff, on and on. How about the teachers, the educators?
Yeah, so our teachers are always busy in the summer, just continuing to learn and grow. We're hiring. We are doing better this year with our certified staff as far as hiring. I talked to the HR director right on my way out. We always need classified staff. Those are our front lines with our students that are working on additional reading support that they might need. They're working in special ed classrooms to support students and staff. And so that's always an area of need for us as well. But on the teacher side, we are getting closer to full. We always start with a few open positions, and that's really unfortunate. Nobody wants to see that happen. But we're sitting in a better position this year than we have.
Is the recruiting getting easier?
I don't know if recruiting is necessarily getting easier as much as I think we have expanded different areas where we've done our postings and where we're looking. Dr. DeVries has started a Grow Your Own program that is phenomenal. It's mentioned across the state and across the country on how we are able to work with our classified staff and support them in going back to school to become certified teachers. They know our students, they know our communities, they know instruction, and so that's really helped us in our hiring. But we also are really short substitute teachers, and that's a big burden when we don't have subs to come in, because then teachers start covering for each other. We have to disperse students. So when we're talking about hiring certified, we also have to really pay attention to our substitute pool, and often we hire them. We have really good substitutes in Lincoln County, and so, they get started for us, and they care about our kids and our schools, and they see an opening and a need, and so we've had to do that before as well.
You got high schools throughout the district, Lido, down Walport, Newport, Taft. That's how many bodies, how many teachers does that include?
I should know our teacher number. Now I'm embarrassed that I don't know it. I should think Sienna cut that question. No, just kidding. I don't want to overshoot on the number. I know we're around 300, 350.
But it's a significant payroll.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, for economic development, if you will, keeping education first and foremost in the minds of people in Lincoln County is critically important.
Right. Yeah, it is important. And I think we are very blessed to have very strong staff here. We have phenomenal teachers who are in the classrooms all the time working with our students and helping them be successful, continuing to grow their practice, continuing to learn and support each other. They meet in professional learning communities to help grow their own practice. We really are, my own kids go to Lincoln County schools, and I'm very proud of that. So I look at what our staff does on a daily basis, and they're hardworking, and they are very loving and caring individuals working with our kids.
Again, congratulations, Miley, being named superintendent of Lincoln County School System. I think that is wonderful. It is a great move on everybody's part, and look forward to a phenomenal year next year.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's already around the corner.
Yes, it is.
The good doctor, Miley Tolan, has been our guest, and we'll continue with the podcast right after this.
I'm Adina Zeller. Zellers is now in 2 North Lincoln County locations. The original Zellers in Rose Lodge, and now Zellers in Lincoln City, formerly Maxwell's. Zellers with great family food and kickin' fun like our line dancing. Just wait until you try our homemade clam chowder.
Mold, fire, biohazard, or water damage in Lincoln County? ServPro is your go-to solution. We specialize in fast, reliable restoration services. From fire damage to biohazard cleanup, we can handle it all for residential and commercial spaces. Call us today at 541-243-2946.
Northwest Septic Service is your one-stop shop for all your septic needs.
Northwest Septic Service offers pumping, maintenance, repair, and inspections with one call, 541-994-6977.
Buying or selling a home? Northwest Septic Service can inspect your sewer line or an entire septic system.
Old or failing septic system? Northwest Septic Service can rejuvenate most drain fields, saving you thousands of dollars. 541-994-6977.
Serving Lincoln, Tillamook, and Yamhill counties, Northwest Septic Service. Welcome back to the podcast, the Double R Show, and we are talking about activities that have to do with the ground, with Mother Earth. We got Sandcastle Building Contest, and the library is doing something that talks about Mother Earth as well.
Yes, we are. On Friday, August 4th, we will be hosting the Natural History Museum from Eugene, and they will be doing their Oregon Rocks program. So it will be all about the geological history of Oregon. There'll be samples for kids to handle and take a look at. And that's at 10 a.m. on Friday, August 4th. and it is, I think, going to be a really cool event, very educational as well.
When you talk about events like that, how does that tie into people checking out books?
Well, a lot of times it can spark interest. If you come see Oregon Rocks, and then you can visit our nonfiction section and check out our books on rock hounding and identifying rocks and minerals. But, the other thing is that it brings families and people into the library who maybe wouldn't necessarily think, hey, let's go to the library on Friday morning. But once they're here, they can find out about signing up for a library card. They can pick out materials. They can see the wide range services that we offer. So it's really great to have these kind of events to kind of do outreach into the community and get more people through our doors.
What gives you the most pride about being a librarian of the Driftwood Library in Lincoln City, Oregon?
Well, let's see. I think that what gives me the most pride is when someone comes in. Usually a new person comes in, the first thing they say is, oh, this is much bigger than I thought, because it doesn't look quite as big on the outside as it does on the inside. Then what really gives me pride is people will say, I had no idea that a small town like Lincoln City would have such a great library, and that, everything I look for, you have it. And that just makes me feel really good, that I feel like we're really a first-class library and a real community resource.
It really is a first-class library. I mean, the scope of what you offer and the ability to also draw from other sources is phenomenal.
Yes, we're very lucky. We have our partnership with Newport Public Library and with Tillamook County Libraries, so we can draw on their resources. People can request items and have them sent here to pick up. And then because of our partnerships with libraries across the country, we can pretty much track down anything that you're looking for. So it's really amazing, that especially the way that technology enables us to do this so quickly. In the past it might take months to get a book from another library, but since we can do all the requests online, often we can have something within a week or two. And that's, if it's a local library like Newport, sometimes we have it the next day.
You must have a number of people that helped with the original formation of the Driftwood Library as a volunteer library that come back in and, as you just said, are just overwrought with pride of what they have now.
Yes, we do. And it's always fun when people come in and they say, I remember when it was down in Taft or even in Ocean Lake when it first started. And it's really kind of amazing to me to look back at board minute notes from, say, the 70s and see the way that our programs and our budget and what we're able to do have expanded since then. But it's just kind of an amazing thing that a group of dedicated volunteers started this library, and it is flourishing.
It really is. It's a source of pride for the entire community, and this building was really brought about because the library needed a bigger place to be.
That's correct. My predecessor, Sue Jenkins, used to say that when Blanche Fisher donated the original permanent home, we outgrew it immediately, is what she said. And it's true. But that really gave the library a leg up. And in fact, even now, the Library Foundation funds from that original building go to fund other library programs, enhancements, things like that. So Blanche's gift keeps giving.
You also have another group, the Friends of the Driftwood Library, that do an awful lot to support the library.
Yes, they do. We have our Friends group. They have a huge book sale that's open every Monday that the library is open from 10 to 2, and they raise all the funds that fund our summer reading program, the performers, the T-shirts, the prizes, and many, many other library programs. They help bring about our Oregon Legacy Author program every winter, and it's seriously fantastic. And by the way, the book sale, it's really dangerous because you walk in there and almost everything is 50 cents or $1, and next thing you know, you've got 2 shopping bags full. But it all goes to such a great cause, and you can know that everything's coming back into the library when you shop there.
Give us the highlights again of the special events taking place in August here at the Driftwood Library.
Well, we have as I mentioned, our Oregon Rocks program. That's on Friday, August 4th at 10 a.m. On Wednesday, August 9th at 6 o'clock, we're having a kids' talent show. So kids can come in, demonstrate their talent. It'll be sort of an open mic kind of situation. You don't need to sign up ahead of time. And then at the end of August, on the 30th, we are having a fashion show for kids and teens. That's at 5 o'clock, and it's called This Is Me Fashion Night. And what we're encouraging kids to bring or to wear outfits that they feel express themselves and who they are. And then there'll also be some activities of decorating crowns and things like that. And we'll have a little music and a little kind of catwalk so kids can show off their fashion and show who they are.
They may have to come in and check out a couple of books ahead of time so they can discover who they are before they decide who they are.
Well, we do have a pretty great fashion and design collection and some great books on sewing, too. So if you can't find what you're looking for in the stores, well, you've got some time to make it.
You have a number of staff that are really in tune to helping people find what they're looking for, correct?
Absolutely. Of course, everyone on staff can help with pretty much any request, but Matthew Bayaki, our reference librarian, is an incredible resource. If you have a more in-depth question, you need some really specific information, or you're having issues with trying to get your computer to work or trying to figure out how to do what you want to do with a website or something like that, he is fantastic. You can come in and see him, or you can call and make an appointment, either way. And he is always ready to help. He's very patient.
We invite you to turn off the television, pick up a good book or a periodical, right?
Sure. But if you like TV, we have TV and movies, too.
That'll work. We'll continue with our podcast that dwells into the life of Lincoln City right after this.
I'm Bruce Poley, reminding you to be prepared. We have a variety of life-saving go kits in stock at Lincoln City Sporting Goods, your electronic superstore in the heart of Lincoln City.
Wouldn't it be great to have all your insurance needs handled by one agency? This is Charlotte Lado with Farmers Insurance and the Insurance Store. Visit our office next to the Wildflower Grill in Lincoln City. Let us be your one stop for your personal, commercial, health, and Medicare insurance needs.
We're in the back of the Bijou Theater with Keith Aldermere. The theater is full of people again on a matinee. Things have gone really well for the Bijou.
Lately, once the marquee has come back and we are finally doing what we thought we were going to be doing about a year ago. So, yes, we are happy.
The Aldermeres run it together.
Correct. And my wife is more of the captain of the ship in the building. I'm more of the captain of the ship outside the building. But anything that we need to do here goes by her.
Well, I even saw Molly was downstairs when we walked in.
She owns the building as well, and Molly is working here part-time. She's figuring out her next step, and as I told her yesterday, and I think you'll agree, working with your kid is one of the greatest memories you'll ever have in your life.
As you continue to go and grow with the Bijou Theater, what is the most exciting thing about it to you?
The recliners. We had people donate money for us to keep going. We put our recliners in. We have 6 recliners, very comfortable, so good I ended up buying 2 for the house. But we didn't want to charge people more and take the money. We charge people more and give it back to the nonprofits because, as you know, Roger, this town gives back so much to the community. So we have made about $10,000 we've given back to nonprofits over the last 2.5 years.
So how does a nonprofit get on that list?
They contact me, and boy, they weren't doing it until lately. Now they're starting to do it. They contact me at the theater. You can send me an email at bijoutheater541@gmail.com and let us know what you're doing, and we will talk about it.
The Bijou Theater has been in Lincoln City a long time. Started out as Lakeview?
Lakeside Theater. 1937, there was a contest, and whatever was the news guard, person who won the contest named the theater, Lakeside Theater.
Next movie coming up is going to be?
Barbie. Barbie will come up either next Friday or the following Friday.
And Barbie is drawing all sorts of attention nationwide, internationally, is it not?
Oh, Barbie and Oppenheimer, the greatest marketing that has been done in my lifetime in movies is those 2 movies came out together. They work together, and theaters are offering discounts if you buy tickets to both movies. So it's just great.
And don't forget the popcorn.
Popcorn is always, always great. And reminder, don't forget the fact that even if you're watching a movie at home, you could take the popcorn out and bring it to the house.
Popcorn is great at the Bijou Theater. Movies are great at the Bijou Theater. We're at the Bijou Theater with Keith Aldemir, Keith and Betsy and Molly, and we invite you to sit back, recline, and enjoy a good movie at the Bijou. If you're looking for great early garden fresh produce, it's Kenny's IGA in the Bay Area of Lincoln City. 4 generations of Morgans caring for your every grocery need. All of your favorite beverages, a full deli, meat, produce, and of course, groceries. Another big event upcoming in Lincoln City is the annual Sandcastle Building Contest. It's been something that's been going on for a number of years, reformulated and started again by the Bay Area Merchants Association, but now it's run primarily by Moe's, and everybody knows about Moe's, right, Frank?
Absolutely, everyone knows about Moe's. I mean, it's a place to be.
It's a place. Speaking of the place to be, this has been a busy summer for Moe's in the Bay Area, right?
Oh, it has been definitely a busy year, and it's awesome. It's been a record-breaking year, so it's been fantastic.
Now let's talk about the Sandcastle Building Contest going to be taking place here on the beach on Southwest 51st Street. Why is Sandcastle Contest in Lincoln City?
I mean, Sandcastle Contest is in Lincoln City because it's a fantastic attraction for people to come to the Bay Area, and build sales for the businesses down here.
Tell me about some of the sponsors and categories. Let's talk about sponsors first off. You've got a number of businesses that are helping Moe's put this together, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're actually partnering with Parks and Rec for the whole event, and they're taking care of a lot of the behind-the-scenes aspects for us. And then, we have our category sponsors. I mean, obviously Moe's, is doing a clam creation. Always Traveling is always there to help us out, and they're doing the best cruise ship. We got Prehistoric that's doing the best dinosaur. IGA, Kenny's, is the best treasure chest. And then Eleanor's has been with us for many, many years. The mermaid, and was that 6?
I believe so.
I thought it was 6, yeah. And then we got a bunch of other sponsors as well. I mean, like Hannah Katz Real Estate is just an event sponsor. And Rejuvenation and the Lighthouse Coffee Company is always helping us out. And so they're all event sponsors for us.
The Sandcastle Building Contest takes place on the beach right in front of Moe's, right underneath the dock. Gets underway about what time?
The contest this year is going to start at 3 p.m. and then...
Little
later this year. The tide's quite a bit later. So low tide's at 5 p.m. The contest judging will start at 6:30, and winners will be announced at 7 p.m.
So the winners get what?
They get $100, for coming out and having a great time.
And we're talking about groups, families, individuals, what?
Any way you want to create a sand creation. That's the way it happens.
Any idea a number of people that we can expect for the event, Frank?
Well, I mean, we're hoping to top 100 people this year, so I think we were right around 60-ish last year.
I think this year you've also got the Kiwanis Club is going to be down here doing some things as well, right?
Yeah, Kiwanis Club, we're actually, because the tide's so late, Kiwanis Club is going to bring their Pixie games, and they're going to come down and do that from 12 to 3. I also know Scout from the mall is also looking to bring their axe throwing trailer down, so you can come and throw knives and axes, and they're also a Sandcastle sponsor as well.
So they're going to be down here throwing an axe around. You probably don't want to get in front of them.
No, probably not, yeah.
Yeah, it is always so much fun, but it is a family event.
It is definitely a family event. I mean, it's just, it's amazing to see how the families come out and just have a great time. I mean, they're getting tense about their creations, but it's always fun, and you see lots of smiles.
Are there any rules and regulations that we need to be aware of?
Well, it's an amateur contest, so there is no professionals allowed, right? It's a $5 donation entry fee into it, and you can't use any structures to keep the sandcastles up, and then you just have to follow the time frames of 3:30 you can start, and judging's at 6:30.
And everything has to come off the beach.
And everything has to come off the beach, yeah.
The judges that will be down here, what do they look for, and who might they be?
Well, the judges a lot of them are community people that love the Sandcastle contest. They are looking for the most creative, They're looking for the best structured and the best representation of what that category is.
You talked about the different categories in the sponsors for each of them. So each one of them then puts up $100 to go as prize money?
Absolutely, yeah. Every sponsor of a category, forks out $100 cash, and that's what the people get that when they win, and it's pretty fantastic.
But I also want to go back to the $5 entry fee. That goes to a nonprofit as well, does it not?
It does. We the whole event actually is really also to raise money for a Backpack for Kids program here in Lincoln City.
Moe's does a lot for the backpack food program and the Stuff a Bus program.
Yeah, I mean, we're awesome partners, and we've enjoyed doing it for many, many years, and we're looking for many, many years in the future. We love, especially the Stuff a Bus, the backpacks, getting them what they need, and just supporting our community.
You talked a little bit at the beginning about how busy it has been down here already at Moe's this summer in comparison to years gone by. Even better than years gone by?
Oh, I think it's way better than years gone by. I would even venture to say it's pre-COVID better.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's been a fantastic year for us, and definitely we're hitting above pre-COVID numbers.
Moe's has got restaurants up and down the Oregon coast. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we got, the one down in Florence, and obviously Lincoln City here. We got Cannon Beach, and then Astoria on the Columbia River, and then we also have Seaside as our newest location. And then we also have our kiosk location in PDX Airport.
And people can take home Moe's clam chowder?
Absolutely. We sell our base out every day, just tons and tons of it.
And all you got to do is add
milk. You got to add the milk. We'll give you the base.
Give you the base. It's available here at Moe's. Again, the Sandcastle Building Contest is coming up. We want to encourage people to pre-register, or do they have to pre-register?
No pre-registration needed. It's just on the day of the event. Registration on August 12th starts at 3 p.m.
And that registration will be right in front of Moe's.
Right, actually, yeah, right in front of Moe's. And come before to take part of Pixie Games.
Those are always fun. I think they're going to be down here doing face painting and the games and the like. And again, all of that money goes into the Kiwanis Scholarship Fund. So again, we're raising money for another good nonprofit.
Yes, it is a great partnership, and it's going to be an interesting time this year, and hopefully we can extend this to years in the future to keep partnering with community people and different organizations to support our community.
Final date again for the Sandcastle Building Contest in front of Moe's is?
August 12th, starting at 3 p.m.
Don't miss it. It's the Sandcastle Building Contest. And again, our special thanks to our guests for joining us on the podcast number 6. It has been fun, but we're going to run. But before we do that, some other activities forthcoming in and around the Lincoln City community. August 5, 6:30 to 8. It's the Great Pacific Upwelling and what it means to you. Great information going to be at Chinook Winds Casino Resort upstairs in the Convention Center, 6:30 until 8 o'clock. If you like sand art, you're going to love the Community Sand Art Contest on Saturday, August 5, 8:30 in the morning at Rhodes End Park. And for more information about that as well, you can go online to cascadehead.org. The annual powwow up at Siletz is going to be happening again in August 10. We got the royalty pageant at 6 o'clock in the evening. On the 11th, it's a memorial giveaway presentation of the crowns and the like, and grand entry as well on Friday the 11th. On the 12th, it's the parade in Siletz, grand entry 1 and 7, and on the 13th, it's a grand entry at 12 noon. Always good times ahead in Siletz during the powwow. Theater West going to be on stage with Popcorn Falls. Popcorn Falls, starring a number of local residents. You're going to enjoy it. Tickets are now on sale. For more information and to reserve your tickets, call 994-5663. Theater West in the Nelscott area of Lincoln City. Looking for an opportunity to serve your community? The Lincoln City City Council will hold a public hearing and consider an ordinance for the adoption of the proposed Nelscott urban renewal The plan will be discussed, and you'll hear more information about that on Monday, August the 14th at 6 o'clock. Don't miss it. And at the end of the month, it's Music, 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 the Siletz Bay Music Festival. We'll talk more about all of the great music coming back to Lincoln City again. And in August, we always like to make mention that the American Legion Post number 97 meets down at the Hilltop. It is the first Tuesday of each month, high noon, at the Hilltop Inn. That will do it to the doings on a Double R show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share so you, your family, and friends around the world and across the street can join us on the Double R show. For Paul, I'm Roger. Have a happy day.
You've been listening to The Double R Show. Join Roger and Paul Robertson as they explore everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, produced by Always Productions and hosted by Roger Robertson. Have a story? Email contact@alwaysproductions.com or call 458-201-3039. For The Double R Show, I'm Jana Grahn.